Welcome back. It's good to see you again. Today, due to popular demand, we're talking about claustrophobia. Now this is a big one. Everyone knows what claustrophobia is. I would say most of us have experienced some sort of claustrophobic moment where you're like stuck somewhere, or you're stranded, or you're just staring at something like a tight space and you're like, I'm not going in there. We've talked about claustrophobia before on this channel, and what I said last time I'll say again, and that is that it doesn't really feel as irrational as some of these other phobias go. It almost shouldn't be called a phobia, it just feels like instinct. You know, it's just sort of like, hey, don't get stuck. It's like a #1 rule of survival, is just don't get stuck. Because if you get stuck, you die. No one wants to be stuck. What a terrible way to go. You always hear about these stories of cave divers getting wedged, you know, and these rescue teams spending 36 hours trying to get them out or whatever. That just sounds terrifying. Like getting wedged upside down in a dark cave by yourself? No. So yes, that sounds horrible. I think most of us can agree. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna look at that thing that makes us all uncomfortable. Also, I'm a little bit sick today, so if my voice sounds a little bit weird at times, that's why. Let's jump into it. I think I might need headphones for this, so I can really hear the claustrophobia, you know? Here we go.
I'm coming. This is the tightest spot right here. Look at this. Look at this.
Bro.
Elbows. Just... Woo. How's everybody doing in there?
Good.
How are you?
Jeez, dude. He literally is just squeezing like an inch at a time. You can tell how much force he's having to use to just squeeze a little bit is just because it's so tight on all directions.
Push it and turn it.
Are we at the end?
Yeah, so I can pull it up.
Bro, we're off to a good start, huh? This one makes me wonder the context. He said this is the tightest spot, which means, you know, this is the worst of it, of course. But like that tight of a spot being like pretty far into this cave or whatever it is. There's people like past him, like there's other people in there, which granted is a good thing to not be alone down there. But also like, imagine having to squeeze your way through all this cave to then get to the tightest spot. Like you're not like at the tightest spot on the surface, so if you get stuck, it's like, okay, we just decide not to. You gotta go way down into this thing and then potentially get stuck. Or hit a point where like things at least get really complicated, where maybe some of your crew can fit through it, but then this guy, because he's like pretty buff, maybe he gets stuck. Then he has to go out backwards? How do you get out of a cave backwards? Oh, I don't know if I can show this. This looks a little too real. There's a big wiener. Bro, who got you smiling like that? I got stuck in an elevator for nearly 3 hours alone. Now this brings up kind of a alternate side of claustrophobia where it's like, caves, they get me big time, all right? It's rock, you're underground. If you get stuck, it's not like you can like push the walls. You know, it's like someone can dig you out from an alternate route. If you're deep down in a cave, your options are go forward and go backwards, and if you can't do either of those, you're stuck, right? And you can't really get help that easily. You can't really call for help if no one knows you're there, etc. There's all these extra factors that makes caves so much more terrifying. This one, I got stuck in an elevator for nearly 3 hours alone. This one, honestly, I know it'd be different if I was in this situation, but this one doesn't bother me. I don't think I have claustrophobia. I think I just have the instinct that says don't get stuck. This one, being able to physically move around a little bit where I'm not like constrained, where I literally can't move my body. The fact that I know people are trying to get me out. The fact that I know that they eventually will one way or another. You know, if this is like a normal elevator, there's a bunch of people that know I'm in there. You know, this isn't the first time this has ever happened. You know, I'm in a mechanical building that can be disassembled however long it needs to take. I would be a little uncomfortable probably being stuck in a box for 3 hours, but like I'd be chilling. That could be kind of a crossroads for certain people that have genuine claustrophobia, and then kind of like, I would say the common man who just has like the instinct of, hey, don't get stuck. This could be a good way for you to define where you stand, because if this freaks you out, then I would say you genuinely do have claustrophobia. Or if you're like me, where it's kind of like not as bad, or like, you know, not ideal but not terrifying, then it's more like a survival instinct that we have. When I was a kid, we would always like race to see who could take the stairs faster than the elevator. You know, like some of us kids would go on the elevator and some of us would go on the stairs. Imagine you do this in this instance. You know, race you down there and then you sprint down the stairs and then they're stranded in the elevator for 3 hours. And you're like, why did I go so fast? Okay, I think I've seen this one before.
Jackass intro. Dad, give it the jackass intro. This shit's cold. Dad, tell me when you're going. Let's go, just go. Wait, ready? Yeah. Wait.
Yikes.
Give it the jackass intro. Ready? Hi, I'm Chad Boy. Welcome to Jackass.
Yikes. Dang, that's far. Bruh. I feel like such an old guy watching these, you know? Like, it's just like kids having fun, but I'm over here like, but if like these other circumstances were in play, then you could die, you dumb kids. It's like, they're just having fun. You know, like, whatever. It's mostly safe, but it's one of those things where if, for whatever reason, what you think is going to happen doesn't happen because there's something in the way or like a grate or like the tunnel like tightens in the middle or whatever reason you can't go out the other side that smoothly, you would die because the water's pushing you in. No one can really get to you. You're underwater, so you can't breathe. You know, it's like, it is a high risk thing. But since it worked out, you know, it looks fun. If you can guarantee that you're going to be safe through the whole tunnel, it's kind of like a free water slide, you know? Just woke up and this is the first thing on my For You page. Oh, copyright music. It's not underwater, but it looks underwater because of the ice. Jeez. Wow. Holy smokes. It's Keegan-Michael Key. Bro, this is gnarly. Not to mention that you have a whole new dynamic of you can't really get a grip on ice that well. He does it, you know, he's got gloves and everything. But, bro, let's combine all these together. Let's say that first video of the guy in that super tight space, but it's ice, and also it's in a tunnel. It's the tunnel of water flowing through. So he went through the tunnel to impress his friends, tunnel of ice, and then kind of got stuck in that tight space and had to, like, get his way out the other side in the ice. That's underwater. That's so scary, dude. Also, for a split second, he looked like Keegan-Michael Key. Right there.
First, take off your shoes and put it in a locker because there are a lot of water features in this exhibit. You have to walk up this waterfall. And
bro, this looks so cool.
Kind of weird, but the experience was definitely worth it. Then you're in complete darkness with different textured grounds, and you'll literally see a light at the end of the tunnel in this next room where there are of LED lights strung inside this mirrored room. Be careful not to wear a skirt or a dress though, because people can see up your skirt since the ground is mirrored, and luckily I had shorts on, but yeah, just in case, keep that in mind.
Bro, this is crazy cool.
Deep, and there are koi fish and flowers projected onto the water from the ceiling.
Where's the claustrophobia?
Definitely a lot of fun because we ended up playing dodgeball with this random group of people, and one of the guys actually fell down because we pushed too hard. So
where's the claustrophobia? Okay, the title says the room with all the mirrors makes me super uncomfortable just seeing it in a video. Bro, for real? This makes you uncomfortable? Bro, that looks so cool. Is it like the optical illusion makes it feel like you're in a small space, or is it the fact that you can't really tell what is what, maybe? Dude, that looks so cool. This does seem like one of those Crossroads things where like, this is cool as hell. This is cool as hell. I don't care who you are. But if you have a phobia, if the actual phobia like we talked about, there's something about this that must trigger it, you know? I'm trying to relate it to me where, you know, I'll look at these crazy ocean videos of like people diving in these coral reefs, you know, and there's like little sharks swimming around and like an octopus or whatever, and I'm thinking, yuck, get out of there, you're gonna die. But if you don't have like a phobia of the ocean or anything, it probably just looks cool as hell. So I guess this is that moment for me. The weird thing is that I don't even know exactly how this translates to claustrophobia. I wouldn't have thought this could be claustrophobic. But maybe it's, okay, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like you don't know the way out, you're kind of lost kind of thing, where you're not in a small space, but it's more like you couldn't get out quickly if you wanted to, maybe. Maybe that's it. That actually makes kind of sense. But bro, I'll get lost in here, all right? I'll get lost in here all day. I'd be stoked to be in here. This place is in Tokyo. I gotta go all the way to Tokyo to see this. Dang. Okay, gotta start planning that trip. Sleep paralysis simulator. Jeez. See, this would drive me bananas. You know, this is technically safe, provided of course you trust the people you're with to cut you out. But holy smokes, the idea of not being able to move your arms and legs, I wouldn't even get through the taping process. As soon as my arms couldn't move, I would be freaking out. That's what gets me. As soon as I physically cannot move a body part because it's trapped somewhere, that's when like the red alarms start going off in my brain, and I'm like, get out of here. You're gonna die because you can't move your arm. I cannot imagine being able to get this far in this process where you allow people to actually tape you over like this. And then like only his nose is out. You have to have so much trust for the people you're with for this, because I feel like this could go wrong pretty quickly. I'm not sure exactly how. I don't see why they couldn't leave his face open. Having your eyes taped over as well, you're literally just sensory deprived, lying on the ground, hoping that eventually someone lets you out. Like, that's horrifying. I don't know if this was just some fun activity they all decided to do, but you couldn't pay me to do this. I mean, you could pay me to do it, but I wouldn't do it. Okay, this is the hellhole. This is a classic.
Yeah. Okay.
This is like the ultimate.
Goodbye, world.
So that this guy that's filming, he supposedly has pretty bad claustrophobia. So this was sort of him trying to overcome his phobia.
Where like I couldn't, it took me a little bit.
This hole is literally the size of my foot.
Oh my
Like
gosh,
my
dude.
foot touches the top and the bottom of it.
Yeah.
That's f***ed. Do you think, can you like beat claustrophobia? Can you like make it go away by going through a lot of it?
See, exposure therapy only works if like you're not just adding on to the fear, you know? Like, if he had a bad experience in this cave, that wouldn't make him feel better about claustrophobia. That would make him feel worse about it. But if he goes in here and has a great time, then, you know, that would help be like, hey, it's not that bad. But it's sort of a gamble doing this.
This is a nice spot right here. I feel comfy. Oh, I made it to the spot that I wanted to make it to. Is this where it goes?
No, you go up.
Oh, I kind of want to go check it out.
What a champ. It's probably a relief to hit like that open area though.
Holy f***, this is crazy.
That's loud. Oh my god. So cool. It looks like coral.
This is f***ed. I want to go back down the corridor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In here? It didn't even get more narrow.
I know. I don't know what it
Are you
is.
sure?
That's relatable, man. You can kind of like adrenaline power through, or like keep your, I don't know, use your willpower or something to like not think about it, and you can get pretty far, but then eventually it catches up to you, because it's sort of like an overactive imagination thing where you start thinking about it. You start thinking about the reality of how far down in this cave you are, and the fact that you can't snap your fingers and be out of there. If for whatever reason you need to leave, you got to climb all the way up. And climbing up is probably going to be harder than climbing down because you don't have gravity on your side. You know, like you can start thinking all this stuff, and then the panic starts setting in. I can totally relate to that. He's so quiet now.
I don't know about this.
You can just tell. He was doing exactly what I do. He was being so jokey and silly and like whatever, chatty at the beginning, and then as soon as like the reality hit, he's like quiet and he's in his head working through it. He's like, look, you just got to get out of here. Like he's in survival mode.
Let me go see this shit.
Can you tell?
That last one we went through, I did
Yeah,
not
it's
like.
like that.
I didn't like that one.
It's but a little bit more narrow.
Yeah, I think
But like,
I think I have to call it.
do you want me to go first?
Oh, me. This is the worst.
Oh, poor guy, dude. I don't know if this is helping his claustrophobia. I think this might just be making it worse.
Okay, we're making progress. Oh man, I feel like people much bigger than me literally couldn't fit through that.
Nope.
Like my whole body was touching. The light, I can see it outside.
You're almost there, bro.
You're doing great. Okay. That's the way to go about this. I'm alive.
What a champ. Without this phobia, I don't even know if I would do that. And I'm skinnier than this guy. I think I would go in, and I would probably just see how I feel at each step. But I think that first hole, where was it? This one. Where his foot,
And the bottom.
touched, I think that's where I would stop. I don't think I would do that. That's too much. The rest of it, where I can still have like mobility of my arms and kind of work my way through it. But as soon as my entire frame has to fit through a hole the size of my frame, I'm out. This one says, my nerves are itching just watching this. Your nerves are itching? Oh.
Hey, yo, chill. Hey, yo, chill. Hey,
Alright, bro, I'm gonna see you later, dog.
yo.
I got you, bro. Thanks for the quarter, my guy.
Yikes. It's, I would say, staged. Right there, he could just lift his arm up or sit up, you know? 3 whole seconds of, hey, yo, chill, yo, chill, while conveniently staying in the exact same shape so that he'll fit under. So, I'm sure that as soon as the video ended, he came and unlocked him. But, that's not the point. The point is, how would you feel
Alright, bro, I'm gonna see you later, dog. I got you, bro.
about being locked in there?
My guy.
I don't think you could get out. You know what? I'm a skinny little boy. I could probably get out of that. Look at this gap.
I got
You see that gap? Right there. I could get out of that. Right there. See how big that is? Yeah. I had to check what I look like first. Yeah, I could get out of there for sure. If I could get my legs out, I could get out. Would it be a good time though? No, it would not be a good time. Coal
I
mining.
can't win for losing. Now the son of a bitch is dead. I can't get out of it because I'm in a low spot. I'm
What?
stuck.
What am I looking at?
Low spot.
Okay, so he's in a vehicle. I have to translate this one.
Now the son of a bitch is dead. I can't get out of it because I'm in a low spot.
Okay, yeah. So whatever vehicle he's in or machinery he's in is dead, and he can't get out because he's in a low spot. So he's in an area where usually he could get out, but the ceiling is so low that he can't get out. Well, since he was able to post the TikTok, he obviously got out, or his phone got out. That's gnarly, dude. Coal mining?
For losing.
That's insane. You'd think we'd have a better way to do that than putting people down there, you know? By now, it feels very barbaric. But hey, they make good money. But is it worth it? You decide. Oh, Tomb Raider. I remember this. This terrified me. Oh my gosh, dude. Don't they have you smash a button at one point? I feel like I remember like practically destroying my controller. No, maybe not. Okay. There are parts in that game where you're trying to climb and it's like push X really fast, and I'm just like jackhammering my controller. Yeah, screw those games. I love those games, all 3 of them, but they have so many sections like this where you're underwater or you're like stranded in something, or like, I don't know, lots of underwater levels. Too many underwater levels, I would say. My cousin just posted this video from his trip to Utah. Whoa. I don't know, this is kind of cool. I feel like I want him to look down to see just how skinny it is to get through, because it looks like he's going sideways. Okay, that's a good scale. She looks pretty small, but it also looks like she's having to go sideways to get through this. It looks like a tight fit. Ooh, right there.
Oh.
Bro.
Wow.
This is another one of those branching moments. I can totally see how this could be terrifying if you have genuine claustrophobia. Me, I think it'd be like more annoying to have to squeeze through so much of this, but it wouldn't freak me out. You know, like you've got people there with you. It's probably a popular touristy type spot. I mean, you probably even could just go like this up the walls to get out, you know? I'm not like super strong or anything, but I feel like I could even do that. It looks like there's plenty to grab onto if you wanted to just get out, you know, worst case scenario type thing. But again, if you have a genuine phobia of claustro, then this would be a very, very bad time. I can totally see it.
This week got me missing.
We got copyright music and the TikTok voice. That's going to be a mute for me. This heat got me missing being inside that 30-inch pipe for miles. Huh? Bro, this is nuts. I can't tell. If the video's sped up, so it's hard to tell if he's just like, is this pipe at like a 45-degree angle? So he's like technically sliding, but he's like able to slow himself down. So right there, he's genuinely sliding. Ooh, there's a red something. A red something. What was that at the end? Huh? Also the like snarky like, oh, I miss being in this pipe because it's so hot out. It's like, no you don't. Gnarly though. Okay, a few more here. Another pipe, look at that. The fact that it looks really old does not help. Bro. What the heck? Oh, great. Nasty. Oh no, dude. No way, dude. Do not go in there, bro. Oh my. Holy smokes. A little cheeky little transition there. Movie magic. Bro, what is this hellscape that they're in? What could this structure even have ever been used for? These tunnels and hallways make no sense. The Coffin. Bro. Okay, someone smarter than me is gonna have to explain to me what this even is. Some sort of like military base? But what? The video cuts off right there. Bro, what is that building? There's a full video. There's 7 minutes of this? Dear Lord, what is going on? Bro, this is crazy. So it's in Belgium. The scary thing is that once you enter that hole, the only way you're ever getting out is to keep moving through the hole until the very end because you don't have a choice. That's actually a very good point. So it's like it's a course made for this exact purpose. It's a course that you have to get through. That's basically just made to be difficult to get through, or to be like an experience, like a haunted house where the haunted part is just the fact that it's super claustrophobic. Why would you make this? Why would you do this? This is like how our grandparents describe going to school every day. All right, that's gonna do it. Whew, what a ride. What an experience. The takeaway here is don't get stuck. Luckily for most of us, everything we've seen here today, none of us are really at risk of being in those situations. Just don't get into any pipes. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is don't go into any small caves. And tip number 3 would be don't let your friends duct tape your entire body. If you can do those 3 things, you're gonna be just fine. You can live your life and not even know that you have claustrophobia. You can just pretend like it doesn't exist. All good? All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I've got probably another thalassophobia, like water one coming up, and then I wanted to explore some more like non-phobia stuff soon. Thanks for checking out my channel. I appreciate every single one of you. I cannot believe that my channel's doing as well as it is. It feels like a dream come true. Thank you, and good night. See you next time.